Ahoy, hoy, it's your boy attackslug, and welcome back to another edition of You Should Be Playing, where I recommend games on my collection that I think everybody should play. And this one is at the top of my PSP list. It is Half Minute Hero, published by Xseed, developed by Marvelous, a 2009 release for the PSP when they were still making a whole lot of PSP games, or, you know, enough PSP games before that just all kind of flatlined. Anyway, Half Minute Hero. One of my favorite games of all time. It is a twist on the traditional Japanese RPG conventions. I'm actually playing off the UMD because I didn't remember where the hell I put the ISO. But yeah, so this game, I should mention, also available on the Xbox Live Arcade. I would not recommend that version. It is missing options that are in this version. Also available on Steam, and I have not played enough of that to know if that's the exact version that is this version. And there is a sequel, and I cannot give you my opinion on the sequel, and I've only played about maybe a half an hour of it, so I need to go out and play the sequel. But the sequel is only available on Steam. The original, though, is PSP. So I'm just going to jump in to an early mission in all these different game modes. It has multiple game modes. We're not going to do the last battle, because that's crazy. We're going to jump back to, like, you know, Battle 5, which is still pretty early, and I will give you a brief overview on how this game works. So, most classic Japanese RPGs are turn-based games. This game is not turn-based. So, we have to fix our equipment here because this is still really early. And the game does not allow, as it says, time travel. So you can't bring better equipment into older missions. Oops. Too many. Alright, so there's no shield yet, which sucks. Barrelhead. And shoes. Alright, so my rank here is. So you get better ranks depending on what you actually do in the stage and how you actually complete the stages, so. I never said I was good at this game, but I did beat it. Or, well, I beat most of it. So, each mission here will give you a setup. Each story is acting like its own self-contained little story. Its own little self-contained RPG with an opening sequence and a credit sequence. And it's going to explain that this guy here, this big tree guy, has the power to destroy the world in 30 seconds. And you, as the player, only have 30 seconds to stop him. Now, the Goddess of Time is on your side. So, with the help of the Goddess of Time, we're going to stop this guy from destroying the world. And these evil creatures keep casting these destruction things, and it's not good for us. So, here's how the game works, right? So we start here, we run, time's running out, so you will get into random battles automatically, and you will level automatically. So what you want to do is fight these battles, obviously watch your health there. I can do like one more. And as you're obviously doing these battles, you're getting money. So when you get money, you can go into the village here, you can buy an herb and heal. You can buy additional weapons, you can buy a buckler. But most importantly, I mean, you can also help this guy, but most importantly, there is the Time Goddess statue. And if you pray to her, she will reset your timer to 30 seconds. So you don't just have 30 seconds, but you have to keep track of your time. So we're not quite there yet. So we're going to go back out here and gain some more levels. And when it gets much closer, you kind of want to have it as close to, you know, a second or two as possible. I can do one more. Alright, so now we pray. So here's the thing. That cost me 100 gold, right? It increases. Every time you use it, it increases. You can't just keep going, oh, I'm just going to grind forever and get more money, because the Goddess of Time is greedy and will get exponentially more expensive the longer you are playing. We're going to buy another herb here. We're going to buy a buckler, shield. We got 196 gold. This guy we can talk to. And he's Richard, and he wants us to do something for him, but we're not going to. But there are side quests. Like any good RPG, there are side quests to do. But he wants to escort us and it'll cost us 300 gold. We don't have 300 gold. So, I'm just gonna leave him here. Fuck him. We should be almost high enough to just kind of blast through here. Yep, so it tells you when your level is high enough to defeat the evil of that stage. But I just died. That I should have used my health. That's alright, so I botched that pretty hard. Let us use our health. Let us get our herb. And next time we're gonna do it right. I'm still just not gonna hire that guy. Fuck him. But obviously, the more you do, the more things you fight, the higher your level is going to be, and the faster you will plow through everything else. Oh, just made it. Okay, so we're gonna pray here for 200. We've got our leaf. We can talk to this guy, but that's an item that you can only eat when you're in the town, which is not gonna do us any good. So we're gonna go now. Actually, yeah, we're gonna do that. Got our max health. We got our leaf. We're now gonna go attack the last boss of this area. Just make a beeline for his castle and challenge this tree dude. We're gonna fight his friends. We're gonna chop him. I can use the L and R button to speed things up. I'm not going to for the sake of this video, but everything in this game you can speed up. But when you speed it up and make yourself move faster, you're going to burn hit points as you're doing that, so it's not always a recommended thing that you should be doing. And then he gives you stuff at the end of the stage. It's always the same thing. Here's comfy sandals that I don't need. So that's the basics of the Hero 30 mode, which is you always have 30 seconds to get through any given stage until, and there are 30 of these missions, and then you get, hey, it's the credits of the game. I can just hit select here, start here, start the X. There we go, X. Okay, and you say, oh yeah, don't watch us every time. Come on now. So that was Hero 30. We got a different rank. We're no longer a sucky hero. We are a little hero, and that depends on the things that we've done within that, the time we spent, the money we got, etc., etc. There are different things, and then the actual overarching story is playing out over the course of these 30 stages. And there's Courage Mountain, and we can get our results and talk to the time goddess. Blah blah blah. We're just gonna leave because this is not the only thing in this game. So if you got the Xbox Live Arcade version, this is basically the only mode. But the original PSP version has more modes. So we have Evil Lord 30, which is pretty much a real-time strategy game, because it's right there, real-time strategy game. So we're gonna go into stage 1 or 2 here. Yeah, we'll just do stage 2. So as the Evil Lord, you think you are so pretty. You are a fantastically pretty Evil Lord, but you still kind of want to take over the world. So the Evil Lord doesn't want to get his hands dirty. So what he does is he will summon monsters to take out different enemies and try to claim these, or destroy these statues. And I want to say that your bat here is actually like your girlfriend, and then eventually she becomes humans or something. It's been a while, but the game is, as the game is an XC game, it is exceptionally well written. The translation is really funny, and it's a good time. So we're gonna deploy Nimbles here. We're gonna deploy some shooters, some brutes, and so these dudes here will take care. So I'm not getting my hands dirty. We're gonna drop these guys here. You can see as I'm casting, my casting range gets smaller, and the guys I can cast get smaller. So we destroyed the statue from the Royal Palace because they don't appreciate us being an evil lord. And we did it. We are a beautiful evil lord. And the missions go kind of something like that. It gets a bit more complex, there's a bit more to it, but you understand the basics. Now, after Evil Lord 30 is Princess 30, which is a high-speed shooting game, which is basically a 30-second shoot 'em up. So we're gonna go to like mission, I don't know, like mission 5 here, right? So we're gonna go get this bitter herb to heal our father. And how this works is that I control the princess in the middle, and then I use the D-pad to move her, and the face buttons to shoot arrows. So we're gonna shoot arrows here, and we want to shoot arrows and not get hit by enemies and collect coins and get more money. That's kind of the basis of this mode. But they're all like super short stages. There are additional mechanics the further you move in this mode. You get people to help you as part of the royal court and that kind of thing. But this is essentially the basics of this mode. You've got you are only allowed to leave the house for 30 seconds because you are the princess. That is the gist of that mode. And honestly, of this and Hero 30, I found were the most fun. Evil Lord 30 is okay, and then the one I'm going to show you next, as soon as it gets through this little cutscene thing here, and he wants apples, and we're gonna, yeah, skip that. Yep, I get it. Tasty apples. Alright, back to the menu. So, the mode I did not particularly care for here was Night 30, the death-defying action game. It's basically tower defense, more or less. We're just gonna go to the very first one because I don't particularly care for playing these, but it's basically tower defense. So, what it is here is there is a sage, and I was brought back to life by this sage, and she needs to cast a spell to get rid of the monsters, and she needs 30 seconds to cast that spell. But I need to pick her up and get her out of harm's way, as these monsters want to kill her. And if they kill her, it's game over. If they kill me, she can resurrect my ghost, and it won't be a big deal. So I'm gonna bring her all the way down to the end of the stage here, get her out of harm's way, and then set some traps. And the monsters will hopefully deal with these traps. But I can dash into them. I forget how to use the bombs? I don't know. I gotta take the bombs and throw it. Yeah, alright. Anyway, you get the gist of it. It's basically a tower defense mode, and you gotta protect the stage, and you can kind of knock into the enemies, and that kind of thing. I mean, I could show you more, but it's not that good. So, when you finish all those 4, you get Hero 300, where it is one long mode, where you get 300 seconds to defeat the evil lord. And we're gonna kind of just blaze past all this nonsense. There's a story here, and then see, here I am, butt naked, 300 seconds to save the world, and with sword, I can talk to some people. They'll give me some cutscene stuff and whatever. But it's a much longer version of what is the actual core half-minute hero gameplay. Now, I did finish this. It took me a couple of tries. It actually is pretty fucking hard. We're gonna bop out of here, though. And what I have not finished is Hero 3. You have 3 seconds. You heard me right. 3 seconds. And I will show you this like once or twice, and it is not... I can't beat it. So, you only get this when you beat Hero 300. And I know there is a strategy for doing this, but I will be damned if I'm dead. I'll be damned if I know what it is. It's fucking ridiculous. So I fight a guy, and then fight a guy, and then nope. I hit X in the town there, and it didn't work. Like, because you want to gain levels, and at the same time you want to be able to get back to that town to have your time reset. Make it! Damn it! Alright, so, as you can see, Hero 3, super difficult. But, on the whole, when considering the whole package, and certainly you don't need to have it on actual UMD, you can go and get it digitally on the Vita, or on Xbox Live Arcade, or on Steam, or on the PSP, and it is Half Minute Hero. It is, at some point, I hope to look at, I hope to actually finish Half Minute Hero 2, but in the meantime, the original Half Minute Hero, above all else, is a game that you should be playing. If you haven't already played it, go check it out. It is absolutely amazing and one of my favorite games of all time. So once again, this is attackslug, and I will see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.